Cool, we got UK theory test completely patterned. Yeah, I'm gonna go through all the topics here. So this is topic one, alertness. That's the official name of the topic inside the, what I'm saying, highway code or whatever. Yeah. So I'm gonna go through every single topic here. You'll see if you dedicate time to this year and you learn it here, it's gonna be exactly like how it is in the test. It's gonna be the exact same answers. You get me? So you don't need to do no app. You don't need to do nothing like that. Just watch the videos. You'll be patterned in it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's mainly for all my immigrants. Them, you get me? Paying £200 because they failed the test 10 times, blood. Alright, cool. Let's start the thing, man. So first of all, yeah. If you aren't sure it's clear behind you, you should always get out and check, yeah, or ask someone to check for you, yeah. So that's the first rule, yeah. When in doubt, check it out, yeah. Say nothing, bro. So if you're not sure if it's clear behind you, you can't just look at the mirror, all of that. You need to actually get out of the car physically and look behind you and check, or just check someone to go ask for you instead. You get me? So that's a common one gonna come up on the test, 100%. They love asking that. Calm. Part two. The air freshener, yeah, should always be hanging from the dashboard. If it's hanging from the mirror, it's gonna obstruct the view. So obviously, if it's from the mirror, like over here, yeah, you got the little thing there. It's gonna be blocking the view. So you need to put it down here, yeah. That's gonna basically allow you to have a bigger field of vision in that sense. And this can also be a distraction as well. If it's dangling, you might want to fix it. You might do that, and next minute you're dead. You get me? So it's always better to have it on the dashboard instead, yeah. Next thing, yeah, if you see, some buses like this parked up on the junction, which is quite a common thing, yeah, and you gotta move through them, yeah, you gotta do something called creep and peep, yeah. So you need to come to the stop here at the end, yeah, and go forward slowly. So basically, you just use clutch control in it. So if it's a tight junction, you gotta move slowly. You know what I'm saying? If it's a giveaway line, that kind of thing, yeah. What you wanna do, you wanna slowly creep up to the junction, yeah, and then completely stop here, and then put it in gear one and lift up from the clutch slowly. That's gonna move the car slowly in it. And that's called creeping and peeping. You're just using clutch control to move the car. You're not even using any gas here. You're just using clutch control to move the car forward. And you're looking left and right constantly, yeah. Constantly checking the mirrors, constantly checking everything to see if it's safe for you to move, yeah. That's called creep and peep, yeah. Because you're creeping up to it and you're peeping around you. You get me? So creep and peep, yeah. You should be especially aware of pedestrians, cyclists, and hand motorcyclists. Hand motorcyclists are obviously people on motorbikes, yeah. So yeah, calm. Blind spots, yeah. So this is a very important definition, yeah. If you want to pass the UK theory test, here, you need to know about blind spots, yeah. So a blind spot is an area that cannot be seen in your mirrors or field of vision, yeah. So that's very important, bro. That's the back-to-back exact definition as in the test, yeah. The windshield pillars also block your view. So in front of you, you got two windshield pillars on each side, yeah, left and the right, yeah. The apex pillars, yeah. So them ones are gonna block your view slightly from each side. And also, there's an area which your mirrors can't see. That's called the blind spot. So as you see here, my man's sitting in the car there. This area here completely is a blind spot, yeah. There could be a motorbike in that area. There could be fuck knows what, yeah. So because of that, you need to basically check your blind spots. What that means is looking physically over your left shoulder or over your right shoulder in that sense, and looking through the back mirror or that kind of thing, or through the back mirror there, or the rear passenger seat mirror, yeah, that kind of thing, yeah. Just basically see where my man is relative to your situation. You get me? So that's called a blind spot, yeah. So you need to be checking the blind spots constantly, patterning that. You get me? Calm. When you're behind a large vehicle, yeah, like a bus here, they normally say when you're behind a double decker, you gotta let the top be halfway up your windshield, in it. So you got a windshield like that. Imagine it's this square. You gotta let the top be halfway up. That's how far back you need to be. Yeah. So this is where they can see you in their mirrors, and so they have a better view of the road. So you need to stay even further back because look how big my man's blind spot is, fam. Yeah, it's 9 meters, bro. So that could be bare cars that he can't see. All of this, it goes across two lanes, bro. He can't see that. You get me? So because of that, yeah, he needs to be able to. You need to be bare far back here so he can see you through the mirror. You get me? If you're far back enough, then he's gonna see you through the mirror. It's all safe. You know what I'm saying? So behind a large vehicle, always stay further back here. Bus, lorry, whatever, it changes. Always stay further back here. Alright, calm. Overtaking cyclists, yeah. So basically, when you overtake a cyclist, of course, you need to slow down and give them bare room, of course. So basically, if there's a cyclist with like who's right next to the thing like that, you got have clear overtaking distance here, overtaking clearance here. So 1.5 meters is usually enough. Like basically a person standing, you can imagine that's kind of the situation. Yeah. So imagine he needs to come all the way around my man like that, come all the way around them from the front to overtake. Yeah. So always when you overtake cyclists, very important. Make sure you slow down and give them plenty of room. Yeah. Alright, calm. Always beware of a hidden road signs, yeah. So this area looks calm to overtake. You get me? It looks calm. There's no problems. There's dash line in the middle. That means you can overtake. However, there's a sign on the left that says hidden dip here. That hidden dip indicates that there's gonna be a hidden dip coming soon. And that hidden dip that's going to be coming soon, yeah, there might be a vehicle in that you can't see or something like that, or there might be obviously, things that you can't see within that dip. So therefore, you can't overtake because you'll overtake one time and then bang, you'll get killed. You get me? So that's why, yeah, always pay attention to the road signs around you, yeah, because even if you think there might be another situation. Also, this is not in this chapter, yeah, but these dashes are elongated a bit. They're a bit long. That means they're warning you of something, yeah. Always, nothing is for no reason. It might be warning you because of hidden dip. It might be warning you because of like speed changes or some curves or whatever, fam. But it's always nothing is for no reason. You get me? Alright, calm. If you see arrows like this, yeah, so it will be like a bending arrow, yeah, coming to your side or whatever side, yeah. That means, yeah, that you should basically return back into your lane, so you can't overtake anymore. So it's basically telling you that if you're planning on overtaking, back into your lane, bro. You get me? That soon is gonna be a double like straight line. You see those two straight lines there, yeah? That means that you can't overtake. So it's warning you that soon you can't overtake, yeah? So basically, if you see an arrow like this, it means overtaking vehicles should move back into their lane and there's a hazard ahead. This could be due to something minor, like being on a hill where you can't see vehicles ahead. So you could just be on a hill and that means you can't see vehicles ahead, so they'll tell you to come back into your lane. Yeah, it's not always because of a mad situation. You get me? Calm. If you're turning right at a dual carriageway, yeah, you should always check if the central reservation is wide enough for your vehicle. So sometimes, obviously, more time, I haven't seen a situation like this. It's always traffic lights in it. So at intersections, always traffic lights there. It tells you green, you just move straight up, or you go into the middle part and you just straight up move. Yeah, again, there'll be traffic lights. But if there's no traffic lights, that kind of thing, yeah, and you're gonna need to stop in that central reservation, yeah. So the central reservation is where my arrow is, yeah. So that place across half the screen, that little gap here, make sure your vehicle is wide enough for that. Of course, yeah. If it's not wide enough, bruv, you're gonna have a problem in it. You're gonna get stuck. So obviously, what you wanna do, yeah, is if your vehicle is not wide enough, yeah, then you need to cross both carriageways and turn without stopping in the middle, yeah. So if it's not wide enough, yeah, you need to just move straight and just basically just pattern it, bro. Don't stop in the middle. You need to just move straight through and cut right. You get me? Don't wait in the middle. Don't do nothing like that. You understand? Just go straight. Do what you need to do. You get me? Pattern it, yeah. So always check if it's wide enough for your vehicle. You're probably asking me why would this even come up here? But trust me, in the questions it will come up exactly like what's on these PowerPoints. Calm. If you see a hazard here and need to brake here, always check your mirrors, especially a center mirror. Yeah. So this is just for driving in general as well. Yeah. So this is even for the practical test. Yeah. Always when you see a car, like if you see a car, if you need to slow down or change speed or direction, always check center mirror, bro, because there might be a car behind you. So you need to know if it's safe enough to click the brake. How is it gonna affect him? Do you know what I'm trying to say? And them kind of things, yeah. So always check center mirror, new road, new mirrors. You get me? So if you see a hazard and need to brake, always check your mirrors, especially the center mirror, to see how you're going to affect others. If necessary, on a motorway or unrestricted dual carriageway, if there's a hazard, you should use your hazard lights to warn cars behind you. So these things on the dashboard there, that little warning triangle, yeah, that's called a hazard light, yeah. So you click that, and all the lights on your car start flashing, yeah. So that's gonna warn people behind you that there's a problem. So whenever you're in an issue, whenever your car's breaking down or something, yeah, you need to click that hazard lights, yeah, especially if you're on a dual carriageway or motorway where it's peak. You get me? Calm. Rumble strips here. So these yellow markers on the floor, yeah, these are called rumble strips, yeah. So you see them, they're like yellow dash things on the floor, yeah. The reason they're called a rumble is because when you drive on it, it makes a lot of noise, yeah. So it makes a lot of noise, and the reason why that exists, yeah, is because it's reminding you how fast that you're going. So more time it will be telling you, like in this situation, there's some horses in the area, there's a bend over there, and it says slow down as well. So these rumble strips here make you go slower because you're like, oh shit, it's making noise. That means I need to go slower in it. So obviously they're yellow markers, yeah, and you feel it. You feel it when you drive over it. You feel it. It rumbles your car, and it just makes you aware of what speed you're going so that you can slow down. So those are called rumble strips. Yeah, they're gonna make noise, and they look like these yellow strips. Yeah. Obviously, never mess with the sat nav while you're driving, and also pull over in the side road to check for direction. So if you're driving, you don't know where you're going, the sat nav starts playing up, whatever. You need to pull up in a side road, so not the main road, the side road to check directions. Yeah, so pull up in a side road on the side of the road. Pull up on the left, whatever. Yeah, to check for which directions you're going. Yeah, never play with the sat nav while driving. Of course, you're gonna die if you do. You get me? So don't want to do that. So things to avoid while driving, yeah, using hands-free systems, yeah, will distract you. So hands-free systems means systems that are hands-free, such as sat nav and that kind of thing, yeah. So if you're driving, yeah, you need to avoid arguing with a passenger, yeah. You get me? So if your, son or something is in the back seat, whining, whatever, just slap him one time, say, shush, I'm driving. playing loud music, yeah, messing with the radio, yeah, and talking into a mic, and using a phone or putting in a cassette or looking at a map. So any of these things, yeah, you need to write this down or know this. You shouldn't do these while driving. It's bait. You don't even need to write anything down. It's just well known, you know. Next thing here is using a phone while driving makes you lose concentration. If the feds see you, you will be fined. You can only use it when parked. If you're on a motorway, you need to use it. Pull over off the motorway. Yeah. So if you're using a phone, bro, you're gonna get fined. You get me? You need to not do that. Okay. So using a phone while driving makes you lose concentration. You can only use it when you're parked. So only ever use the phone or open the phone when you're completely stationary parked. You get me? If you're on a motorway and you have to use it for some reason, yeah, then you need to pull over off the motorway and then obviously come on that. Come. Before changing speed or direction, always. Before changing speed or direction. So if the car is changing direction or it's changing speed, like you're increasing speed, decreasing speed, or changing into a new road, always check the mirrors for potential hazards here. You should especially check the center mirror to see how the driver behind will react. If they're too close behind you, you can slow down gradually to give them a chance of slowing down. So always new road, new mirrors. New road, you need to check center mirror, left mirror, right mirror. Yeah. If you're changing speed, like increasing speed, decreasing speed, check the center mirror to see how it's gonna affect the brother behind you. You get me? Common courtesy, blood. Calm. MSM, yeah. So MSM, yeah, stands for mirrors signal maneuver. Yeah. So mirror means you need to use your mirror. So this is before you make any maneuver. You move off the road, you do anything, bro. You parallel park, you do any kind of maneuver, yeah. You need to do MSM. Remember MSM, yeah. So mirrors, signal, maneuver. Mirrors, you use your mirrors to check the position of traffic around or behind you. So use your mirrors, look around you, that kind of thing. Then you signal, you indicate. You indicate. Let's say on the side of the road on the left, yeah. You use the indicator, blood, yeah. It's the thing on the right hand of the steering wheel, yeah. You put that up, yeah. It indicates you're gonna move right, yeah, and then you change in speed, you maneuver, you come across, you do whatever you need to do. You get me? So make sure that you're using that MSM. Yeah, not enough brothers use that. Alright, calm. Moving off from a parked car, yeah. So basically, make sure you're checking the side mirrors and center mirror continuously. So if you're basically parked like here, get the car ready, use the clutch bite point if necessary. So put it on the clutch bite point, yeah. Do an all-round observation, look on the right side blind spot. So remember, you can't see this area here on the right. There might be a cyclist, there might be a random brother, as there is. And what you need to do is you need to look through the back mirror, back window, yeah, to see my man standing there. You need to check your right blind spot always, yeah. Then you need to signal to the right hand side to warn people that you're gonna move right, and then do a final check. Look to your right, look at the right mirror and whatnot, and then move off clearly. Yeah. So make sure you check the side mirrors and center mirror continuously, and make sure you check your blind spots for any vehicles or pedestrians. Only use the indicator just before you move off. Always, yeah. When you use the indicator, it means I'm moving. You've made the decision now. I'm gonna move off. So only use the indicator just before you move off. Don't use it like time before. You understand? Because you haven't made that decision yet. You don't know if it's safe enough to move yet. So only put on the right indicator, yeah, when it's safe enough to move. Making a U-turn, yeah. So when making a U-turn, you just need to make continuous observations all around you. Check all your blind spots constantly, and look over your shoulder for a final check before you make that U-turn. So look to the right, and turn right. Make that final check across, yeah, before you make a U-turn, yeah. Alright, calm. Dip beam, yeah. So in any poor visibility, yeah, so like when it's sunset and that kind of thing, yeah, they're gonna require you in the UK to use the dip beam, yeah. So what happens is you have this thing on the right on the dashboard somewhere, yeah, and what you do is you just move this one thing here towards the dip beam, which is that symbol there. So that little circle with the however many lines coming out of it, you move that towards it, yeah. So that's gonna happen towards the in poor visibility, yeah. You need to use the dipped headlights, yeah. They should be switched on when driving at sunset, even when the street lamps are on. They also let other cars see you, yeah. So if you don't use that after sunset, you might get pulled over. You might get cars flashing you from behind, telling you to put on your dip beam, that kind of thing, yeah. So you need to always put that when it gets a bit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Emergency stop here. So obviously you know how it is, man. On the A40, there's bare crackheads and whatever asking for money, jumping in front of the whips here. So you might need to perform an emergency stop here. Also inside the practical test is going to tell you to perform that emergency stop as well. It's possible. I think it's 1 in 3 or 1 in 4, whatever. Yeah. So how that works is the brother will basically put up his hand and you need to come to a full stop, basically. Yeah. So what you do is you press firmly on that brake pedal, firmly, bang. Yeah. Hold the steering wheel firmly so that doesn't sway side to side. You need to make sure you hold the steering wheel firmly because the steering wheel moves, when you have one hand on it, when you have two hands loosely, yeah. So make sure it's always in the center, you're going straight, yeah. And don't press the clutch until you need to. That's very important, bro. Yeah, otherwise you'll be coasting. Yeah, so don't click the clutch for no reason. Yeah, when you click the clutch here, it should be at last minute just so the car doesn't switch off, yeah? Because obviously if you click the brake and you come to a full stop, the car's gonna switch off, yeah? So before it switches off, to save it, you'll feel the car dying. Before it switches off, then you click the clutch, yeah? This will let the engine help with the braking as well, yeah? There's something called engine braking as well, yeah? Which is when you put it in a lower gear and you put the clutch up here, and that's gonna basically help it stop itself, yeah, it's gonna rev higher and it's gonna do whatever it needs to do, yeah. So remember your stopping distance is 4 times longer on a wet day, yeah. So remember that, write that fact down because it will ask you how many times is the stopping distance increased on a wet day. So you need to remember that, yeah. Remember your stopping distance here is 4 times longer on a wet day. 4 times longer on a wet day, yeah. Come. If you're approaching traffic lights, yeah, that have been green for some time, you should be prepared to stop because they're gonna probably turn red, yeah. So this might be a hidden little question or something they'll ask you about, yeah. So if you're approaching traffic lights and you've seen they've been green for time, yeah, what you wanna do is you wanna be prepared to stop because they're gonna turn red, of course, yeah. It's definitely not gonna stay green for long, yeah. So just be prepared to stop here. It's only like another minute that you're burning. You get me? Alright, calm. Bridges, yeah. So when approaching a bridge, keep in mind that it might not be big enough for two brothers to cross, yeah? So always remember this, yeah? And see a lot of times people come through, they think they, you know what I'm saying? And bang. A lot of the times the bridges anyway, they have them little things that you can't cross through. And they have them little they have traffic lights anyway. But you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they don't, innit? So watch out for any pedestrians, yeah? And if you can't see on the other side, you can sound your horn to warn others of your presence, yeah? So remember, the horn should only be used when you're trying to warn others of your presence, yeah? That's when you use the horn, yeah? So if you can't see on the other side, you can put your horn, bang, like that. Now people on the other side know, okay, calm, he's coming through, you get me? So this is where you can use your horn, yeah? So make sure you remember this, yeah? That you can use your horn to warn others of your presence, yeah? Alright, calm. Services, yeah? So services. So if you feel tired, yeah, on the motorway, yeah, you need to stop as soon as possible. Yeah. So if on a motorway, watch out for these service station signs. Yeah. If you feel tired, whatever, take a break, bro. You get me? If you just need to stop before the services, you should leave at the next junction and find a good place to stop. So if there's no services around, but you really need to stop here, get off at the next junction and find a good place to stop, man. Otherwise, next junction is gonna come after. It's gonna be long, bro. You get me? And also, you can also always open a window, yeah? So it's going to ask you in the test here, what should you do if you get tired on a motorway, yeah? You open a window, bro. So when you open the window, the fresh air, the things moving through, they're going to wake you up, yeah? You're going to remember that you're driving, you're going to be like, oh shit, I nearly fell asleep. And you're going to keep driving, it's going to scare you. So always open the window, let the cold air come through. It's going to help you stay awake, yeah? Alright, calm. And that's it, bro. That's it for topic one, fam, yeah? So I'll see you, man.